Hi guys, today I am here to review Tiger's Class by Colleen Houck BOOK, whatever, and I couldn't finish it. So Kelsey leaves Ren in India and she goes back home to be sad because she left him. And yes, I mentioned in my review of Tiger's Curse that I sort of sympathize with her because I know about her self-esteem issues and how she doesn't think she's worthy enough, and yeah, I know that. I've been there, I've done that. So I wanted to make sure she got a happy ending and whatnot, just to make sure she's doing good. But it turns out that no, we are nothing alike. We're not alike at all. You'll see what I mean. But first things first. She goes back home and Mr. Kadam has a house, a car, everything ready for her, new clothes, her university completely paid, all of her tuition paid, her classes done, everything, and she accepts it all. She puts a little bit of a fight when she gets those things, but I personally am really bad at receiving things, and I would have tried a bit harder, to be like, you don't need to give me that. I don't need it. Kelsey is simply better at receiving gifts than I am. Okay. And she is determined to go on with her normal life and, start again. But the first 70 pages of the book are just a huge pity party of how I am so heartbroken because I left the love of my life in India and I will never be the same. I was not good enough for him. My heart is just so broken. You were the one that left him, you stupid character. You told him that he didn't know what he wanted. That he should go out looking for a Barbie girl that was worthy of him. And you left him. You. He said, what you are saying is that I should be a stuck-up, rich, shallow libertine who cares only about wealth, power, and bettering my status. That I should date superficial, fickle, pretentious, brainless women who care more about my connections than they do about me. And that I am not wise enough or up to date enough to know who I want or what I want in my life. Does that about sum it up? And she actually says yes. You truly feel this way? Again, she said yes. You have gone way beyond the valley of stupidity, girl. And here it's not just Kelsey because Ren does come back for her. My dear Ren, you deserve someone better. If someone actually thinks about you that way, that you are such a shallow person, then yeah, I don't think you should be with that sort of person, Because I get it that you're into the whole beautiful soul kind of thing, but she doesn't have a beautiful soul. She doesn't. Go find a beautiful soul somewhere else. So that happens, and Kelsey is all sad and this and that, so she decides that to go back into her normal life, she will date. And she starts dating these 3 guys that are just sort of, well, 2 of them are just bad date choices, and it was sort of kind of funny, sort of. And then she meets this guy called Lee from one of her martial arts classes, and he's very nice to her and a potential, candidate to actually be with her. And they are dating and having a good time, and then boom, Ren is back. And the juicy drama starts because he realizes that she's also dating Lee, and, well, he says, paraphrasing, that he wants her to take a chance with these candidates, and that he also wants to date her, to have a fair chance like the rest of them. So he gives her permission to date Lee and to date him so she can make up her mind. Even though she already made up her mind, every time she's with Lee, she compares him to Ren and she just loves Ren, but still she keeps going out with Lee. She goes tell this to Lee and she's like, oh, but if you want to just stop seeing me, then that's okay, because I understand if you don't want to date me along with Ren. And Lee says, yes, I will fight for you. You as a person do not do that. I understand going out with guys. You go out with guys, or if you're a guy, you go out with girls to see if you can find someone that you actually make a connection with. So you go on dates to see how things go and if they click. But usually in a couple of dates, you can sort of make up your mind on how things are going to be going. And you can see if you actually have a chance with someone or if you're just not clicking. And if you already know you want someone and that you love that someone and that the other person will never compare to him, but you still go out with both of them, that's not making a decision or trying to make a decision with a clear head. That's you being a two-timing bitch. if you are a guy, that's you being a two-timing asshole. A lot of people may argue with this, but she is just playing with Lee. She is not being fair to him. She actually apologizes to Lee, telling him that it was not fair of her to have done what she did to him. He says that it's fine because at love and at war, it's all good, it's all fair. It's not just about you not being fair to him, it's about you not being a decent human being. And of course, she picks Ren. I mean, come on, of course she picks Ren. And they are together and he's so happy and he's like, you are mine and I am never ever letting you go. You see, my dear Ren, that is not your decision to make. She can do whatever he wants and she is not yours. No. The thing is that we as people usually think that it's romantic to say, I am his and he is mine. But honestly, you are your own person and that's how things should go, because otherwise it's not a healthy relationship. You don't belong to anyone, you don't. And the I am never letting you go, dude, no, I don't belong to you. It's not up to you. He even writes her a poem. If a king owned a pearl without price, a gem he cherished above all, would he hide it away, bury it from sight, afraid others would take it? Or would he display it proudly, set it in a ring or a crown, so that all the world could behold its beauty and see what richness it brings to his life? You are my pearl without a price. The first line in this poem says, if a king owned a pearl. The last one says, you are my pearl without price. You are telling her that you own her. You don't own her. And he's a jealous guy. He actually wants to kill every guy that goes near Kelsey because, I mean, it's in his tiger's instincts, you know. It's in his blood to want to defend his prey, protect his prey, whatever. It's part of the instinct. That's what Kelsey says. No, it's not part of the instinct to want to kill someone. No. He can be a tiger all he wants, but the fact that he sees red every time someone nears Kelsey, it's not, no. And she is equally as jealous. Ren is talking to this girl and she's like, what were you talking about with her? And she tells him, I don't want you talking to other girls. And then there's this other conversation where Ren is telling her about how he learned how to dance. And he tells her that he practiced with Kadam's granddaughter. I'm not sure, I don't remember her name, but she's the one that goes on the plane with Kelsey. Yeah, her. And she tells him that she doesn't want him to practice his dancing anymore with her, even though he sees her as his little sister and she is Kadam's granddaughter. They are both made for each other. None of them want the other to be with another human being. And it's funny because Ren's brother, Krishan, I don't remember how he's called, also comes to town and he's talking to Kelsey and Ren is all jealous, and then she goes and tells him, oh, don't get jealous, Ren. Please don't. And then Ren tells her that he doesn't trust his brother. And Kelsey says, it's not him you have to trust. You have to trust me. You just told him you don't want him to see Kadam's granddaughter. Another issue I had with this novel is that it's Twilight. It's Twilight. This does not have to be a bad thing because I liked Twilight when it came out. When I read it, it was the first books. They were the first books I ever read. So I was easily impressed, I guess, or something, because I really liked it. But this is just a copy of it. Ren loves to watch her sleep. She talks in her sleep and she says his name. He wants her to make her decision between Lee and him. Edward and Jacob. It's Twilight, and every single line I read I'm like, that came from Twilight, and it's bothering me. And just another thing that's a bit separate from the review, Kelsey talks about Ren being so gorgeous and such a beautiful man that he walks around the streets and girls actually trip when they see him. They go, oh my god, that cars are literally stopping in traffic just to look at him. What is it with male characters in YA books that they have to be so perfect that they stop traffic? They have this godlike complexion and they're just the most beautiful thing they've ever seen. I get it, it's fantasy and it's a novel, so you can actually like, oh yes, I can picture him. But I am at a point where I am tired of it because almost every single fantasy novel manages this, and it's no. As a girl or as a guy, have you ever seen someone in the street so beautiful that you actually trip? When you see that person, Have you ever? Or looked at someone from across the street and you turned your head and you saw him and his gaze just captured you, or her gaze just captured you and you were captivated and you knew you were going to be soulmates? Be real. I'm just tired of watching all of these perfect stereotypical characters in YA novels, and I want something a bit more real. I know that it's a fantasy novel and it does not click, but still things can be better. There are way better things than godlike guys that are super jealous and possessive of you. There's more and better things than that. I didn't finish it and I will not finish it. I sadly bought the rest of the books in the series because I was so sure I was going to enjoy it, which didn't happen. So what I'm going to do is just try to sell them on eBay and see if I can get some of my money back, because yes, oh god, I regret it so much. I would not recommend this series to anyone. I know a lot of people liked it, but I was not one of them. It's an incredibly dysfunctional relationship and I just can't do it anymore. DNF. Let me know if you've read this series, let me know if you liked it, if you didn't like it, and if you liked it then, well, yes, as always, I am sorry because I know a lot of people liked the books and it's not always nice to watch other people say they didn't like it. It can be hard, but I didn't like it. Let me know if you have them, if you plan on reading them, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye!